right, before we get into your medical career, I was going to ask you, I've asked this from every single photographer that has been here on Good Morning Sri Lanka's set. I've asked, Sri Lanka has amazing places to go to for wildlife photography. Amazing places. What is your favorite place?
Well, I would say Yala.
Yala.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing is small place.
Okay.
And you can see many animals within short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So my passion and my aim to take photographs.
Okay.
Not really to enjoy wildlife. Enjoying and photographing is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
My trips are not leisure trips, Jason.
Okay.
It is not a leisure trip. You go and just relax and see the beauty. That is very good, right? For me, I have very limited time. I'm working in the Navy. I'm a consultant.
Yeah.
So much of work. So I have very limited. Maybe I would probably do sometimes a day trip to Yala.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the morning, do a round, evening round, come back, same day night, next day working. So therefore these are not leisure trips. These are very exhausting, tiring, and it's a very, very strenuous trip, I would say. So therefore, personally, I feel Yala is the best. You go there, you see something. Or sometimes you miss, of course.
Yeah.
But within short period of time, you can I can have some kind of action photographs.
Right.
Yes, that is the very reason.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Vilpattu very beautiful, different terrain, different forest, lakes, and you can enjoy.
Yeah.
But it involves so much of traveling inside. It's a huge park, but a fantastic park, very good. Even photography is good, but it takes a little longer time to go there maybe, and you need to spend a few days there. So you can't have anything quick.
Yeah, of course. Now, well, we're getting into again the
gold medal.
Picture.
Yes, my precious picture. I must tell you something about this picture.
Tell me about it.
This was taken in Kenya.
Kenya.
Right? Yes. Now, whenever you go to Kenya or the African part, the target is to take big fives, right? Lion, leopard, buffalo, rhino. What is the other?
Hippo.
Yes, right. But those are their targets,
Yeah.
But I was into something else. It's a very common bird, blue starling, orange-breasted blue starling. Very common bird in. No one would photograph this one.
Right. Because it's
absolutely so common. Absolutely common. Like I would say, Maina in Sri Lanka, very common. But this particular motion got the gold medal. It's a freezing kind of a thing with all the feather kind of spreading with the action.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult photograph. You basically deliberately you slow shutter speed to get the motion or the momentum of the picture.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I freeze the whole picture, it's a simple, straightforward, just average picture.
That's true.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes.
All right. So this.
So you can see the feathers.
Yeah, I'm really looking at that. That's so marvelous.
Yes. So the center is very sharp, but the periphery is very blurring. That gives a momentum and the motion in picture.
A lot of people find it very hard. Like a lot of people like the depth of field in photographs.
Yes.
How do you maintain that? Like especially with moving shots and action shots like that. How do you maintain?
So depth of fields also is a different tool. You need to. Sometimes if the depth of fields is less, it's better.
Yeah.
If you out of focus the rest more than the main object, so it gives a better quality. It's important. Why? Can you remember my small bird, that bird chick, which also I won the bronze medal?
Yes.
That of course I deliberately wanted to have the depth of field because you could see that small fellow's parent birds so in the backdrop.
Yeah.
So I need to have that in the picture. Therefore I deliberately want the depth of field is sharper. But if I blur them, I won't be able to see them. Then of course that there is no value of that picture. This particular which I deliberately wanted the back is to blur.
Right.
Yes.
And it's come out perfectly.
Yeah.
All right. Getting into we were actually just looking into more of the pictures, but before. After your award-winning shot, we were looking at some pictures of lions that you've taken. Again, this time it was, I would say it was black and white. You could call it black and white, but it had more of a
monochrome. I would say monochrome. It's not black and he's a monochrome. He's a bronze. He's rather more dark sepia kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
What made you think to go with that?
Yes, that's right. It's a color picture anyway.
Yeah.
Because the new technology, color pictures can convert it into monochrome or whatever the color, but you can't do the reverse. If you take a black and white originally, you can't revert back to the color.
True.
So always take color shots.
Yeah.
So you have ample opportunity. I mean, basically all the softwares and everything is available.
Yeah.
You can play around with the black and white.
That's
No
the point of
monochrome.
it being there.
Yes, yes.
That is true.
So might as well you take the color photographs, which I took the color photographs,
Yeah.
and when I was doing in my computer work, you know, a little bit of, I know my limited computer knowledge. So I thought black and white is give the more depth, you know.
Yeah.
It gives the 3-dimension kind of effect.
Yeah.
Always, you ask any senior photographer,
Yeah.
black and white is the best.
Right.
No way that you can compare with, even for wildlife, I would say. Certain photographs, wildlife photographers, they only do black and white. Amazing their photographs.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Simply, yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I mean, I find like when I look at your pictures, like the black and white ones, there's so much of like emotion that you see that you don't really see in color sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you look at this picture,
Because one reason, Jason, these also I won a
Oh,
medal.
that is
These also I won a medal. These are very average, simple,
amazing.
straightforward shot.
yeah,
But see the action. And zebra is the commonest animal when you go in.
yeah, like
yeah.
a safari park
Yeah.
or whatnot.
So
And this is the picture we were speaking about.
yeah, these are the one I had a couple of. I mean, dip deliberately we need. That is also I won the bronze medal, right? What I'm talking about is the black and white, Jason.
Yeah,
The things we see in our naked eyes is color, no?
yeah,
The moment you see something else, it's different.
that is true.
You don't see black and white. You see color, everything everywhere. You can see my red here,
Yeah,
right?
true.
But if you see something, if you cannot do black and white, which we don't see in our naked
Yeah.
eyes, it's different.
I think the reason black and white, well, this is me personally, that affects a lot of people is because you see color every day,
That's right.
right?
That's what I'm telling you.
And then you kind of take that away. You're like,
Yes.
wow, you really focus
Yes.
on what the object
And now
is all
again,
about.
if you go into further step by doing a monochrome or something,
Yeah.
little bit add some sepia or maybe something else, you
Yeah.
know, still better.
It
Good,
really does.
fantastic.
All right, getting from now, I understand. Now we spoke about this when we started the show that you started your wildlife photography career while you were in medical school.
Yep.
Tell me about your medical.
Well, I was in Colombo faculty, medical faculty, and then I did my MBBS. During that MBBS, I told you I enlisted in the armed services.
That is correct.
Then after my internship in Kurunagala, I am from Kurunagala.
Yeah.
Then directly I was enlisted. I basically started working in the army, was Navy, and you know at that time the war
Yeah,
was
of
at peak.
course.
You know, I was working apparently all parts of the country,
Right.
and almost all the bases in Jaffna, Karenaga, Trinco, you name anything, everywhere I worked.
While you were enlisted, have you ever taken your camera with you? and
Yes,
snapped?
yes, yes.
Was it always wildlife that you started?
Not the wildlife, because you those days you can remember. I mean, in Jaffna and all, you can't go out of the camp. Basically, whatever the things available inside the camp, you
Yeah.
can, because it's so dangerous. You know that.
Yeah.
Right. So I was taking photographs anyway, but not necessarily with the wildlife, I would say.
Okay.
So the then I started doing my postgraduate. I got through, and then I got a scholarship to Australia.
Yeah.
Then I went with my family, you know, my wife and 2 daughters, you know.
Yeah.
Then of course Australia is a huge country, you know that, right? So while I was doing my postgraduate in gastroenterology as well as underwater medicine, so I traveled almost all the parts of the
Right.
part of Australia. You won't believe, once I drove from Adelaide to Darwin,
Wow.
crossing two deserts,
Right.
3 deserts, Great Simpson, Tsunami and Great Victoria.
Okay.
It's about 10,000 kilometers in an average simple vehicle,
Right.
right?
Right.
With my wife and 2 daughters, you know. So it was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
You can travel a lot. you
That
know.
is amazing. But
Yes.
now, since you mentioned the diving, have you ever got into underwater photography?
No.
Nope.
No.
Ever think of getting into
It's good. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different field. You got to be a very competent diver, right? And I treat divers. You know, I treat divers, right? But I myself, I mean, I don't call myself as a good diver. You know, basically. So you got to be a good diver before you handle your camera underwater. You know.
That's right.
But of course, fantastic underwater is amazing. You know.
Yeah.
If you can have that talent, you know, fantastic.
Yeah,
Maybe in time to come, I don't know.
yeah, you
yeah.
never know. Just
Yeah,
give it a
yeah.
try, and you might get better at it.
Yes.
Anyway, so Lalit, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show again. It's been so amazing, and again, the photography just blows everyone's mind away. Every time you come here, our producer, they scream, "Oh my God, look, it's so cute! How did he capture that? Please tell us. Get him to reveal his."
I'm
secrets."
always there to help people, you know. People call me and ask, how did you take
Yeah.
that shot and this, and then even emails I get about 10-15 emails a day, you know,
Yeah.
all the people around. As much as I could pass my knowledge, I am always there to pass it. No
That's
problem.
amazing. That is good.
You can find me in my internet or whatever.
Yeah.
Any question, if I am capable or I am good enough to answer that question. Yes, I'm always there. Yes.
All right. So, any future for a book by another book by?
Not really. My goodness. Maybe not.
How long did it take for you to?
My first book took about 10 years.
10 years.
Then from that, of course, that was, I would say about 3 years. Maybe next book, maybe another 2 or 3 years, or maybe different kind of theme. I would say maybe I go for some kind of landscapes or some, not only for the animals, maybe the forest, or maybe the waterfalls or whatever hotel place. There are so much of things I have not gone, or rather I are not focused, right?
So it's time to give those a chance
yes.
with your photography.
Maybe I would probably focus on something else. Yeah,
probably.
Yes.
That's just, and we know you love to try everything. So
yeah.
Thank you so much again, Lalit, for being on
Thanks,
the show.
Jason. Thank you very much.
It's such a pleasure. All right, so we're gonna go into a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with some amazing people on the show after this. So also, if you want to find more information about Lalit, you can email us at mtvsports@maharaja.lk. That's mtvsports@maharaja.lk. We'll be right back after this commercial break.